I thought that Ghana was very safe, like very safe, safer than Nigeria. I have never experienced this in Nigeria before. Getting my phone snatched out of my hand. What? Anyway, that aside, I'm here to talk about how I got scammed by a fellow YouTuber and a subscriber and someone I actually trust. Three in one person. This girl can lie, but statement of account cannot lie. For that her friend that is there defending her, shame will catch you today. You are going to even regret coming out to defend her because whatever she told you, she did not go as detailed as I am going right now.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Delphina. I'm very excited returning back to you. If this is your first time on this channel, please subscribe to the channel, like this video and share this video. Also do well to press the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop another one. So I just saw a video of a Nigerian lady like bitterly complaining about how a Ghanaian content creator scammed her. So this video is lengthy. For better understanding, I think you should watch from beginning to the end, because I really want us to analyze this video together because it's really shocking. This is new, like I'm kind of confused. I won't lie, like this came as a shock to me because we don't know Ghanaians to be like this. No, if we are talking about scamming, kidnapping, and all kinds of crime, you already know the people that are very good at it. So this one came as a shock to me. I would love you to drop your opinion. Make sure you drop your opinion. Yes, let's watch.
1 year ago, I made a decision that I was going to move to Ghana. I was still a small and growing YouTuber back then. So I thought to reach out to like other upcoming YouTubers in Accra precisely because that was where I wanted to move to. So I searched and I came across a lady, a YouTuber who apparently has been watching my vlogs, but I had no idea. So I reached out to her. I told her I wanted to, move to Accra and I would like to like connect with other creators. I think she was the only person. So the rest was history. I ended up not moving to Ghana. Instead, I moved. That was in March 2024. So instead, I found a place in Lagos and I decided to stay put in Lagos. So fast forward to late 2024, I was having issues and I felt like I needed, I was going through a lot actually. I was going through a lot and I felt like I need I needed a break, a breath of fresh air. So I was like, since I already planned on moving to Ghana initially, let me just move to Ghana because honestly, Lagos was becoming unbearable for me. I felt like Lagos was too chaotic for me, so I decided to move to Ghana. So I told this lady of my intentions. Before then, now note that it is next month is going to make it 1 year since we've been conversing. The way she comments on my posts, like you think that she had like true love for me. So I thought, imagine the connection we had already built before I packed my bags and I went to Ghana. I made research. I did my findings. From last year, I have been doing my findings. I've been watching vlogs. I've been watching like a lot, like cost of living, places to live, stuff like that, how much data costs, down to that, you know. Yeah, I was doing a lot of research and I also wanted to go back to traveling. And I felt like, okay, Ghana is a place where I can easily have access to other African countries by road. So that was also part of the plan. Before I went, there were four people, inclusive of her, that I was connecting with. One whom gave me proper, like he gave me information concerning housing, how much rent costs. The second one, is the lady that I'm currently staying with, and the third one is a creator I also met in a creators group that gave me information about non-citizens ID card, like the processes, how much they cost, and also resident permits because I was not going to be staying in anybody's country illegally. I had 90 days to stay there because I am under ECOWAS, so I have 90 days to be in Accra, which I plan to do my papers. When I spoke to my source, the one that gave me the information about the papers, I told him I wanted to do those papers by next month, ending of next month. That is no way close to the 90 days that I have as an ECOWAS, as a citizen of ECOWAS. Before I went, she told me I shouldn't worry. She's going to be my tour guide. She's going to, join me to house hunt. And I felt like, oh my God, that is so thoughtful and so kind of her. Like she would do this for me. You know what it feels like going to a new country without knowing anybody. So I felt really lucky. She also offered to get me a SIM card for the time being, so that when I get my non-citizens ID card, I can now, will switch or swap, according to how she said it. We're going to now swap ownership. So my name will now be registered with the same. They will have to go to MTN office. Anyway, let me spare you all that details. But yeah, there are reasons why I am going to be mentioning some little details, so that by the time I'm done, they are all going to make sense to you. So I packed my bags on the 6th of February. Lucky me that I was going to Ghana. I went to Ghana. The first day I got into Ghana, on my way to my friend's place, my phone got snatched in my Uber. I got stranded. I'm not going to go into details as well, but I got stranded. I was cash trapped. I had to borrow money to buy a new phone just so I could have access to my bank accounts, because I lost access to everything. Now, this phone I am currently holding was given to me by a good Samaritan, but I could not access my banking apps on the phone because it is an Android, and I am now in a foreign country where my banks are not present, like the OPay. My money was in OPay and PiggyVest. They were not present in Ghana. So obviously I had to buy another iPhone to log into the iCloud to be able to have access to this. So the moment I did, I had to pay back what I owed. So meaning this was drastically reducing the money I had come into Ghana with. So that was going to like affect the house hunting process, and also my standard of living, the life that I wanted to start living for myself. It was now going to affect it. But I told myself that this was a challenge. It's just part of those things that can happen to anybody. If not, when this thing happened, I wanted to leave because I was really, really traumatized. Like, how come my phone got snatched from the Uber? Like, I'll spare you guys all these details, but I was traumatized because I I thought that Ghana was very safe, like very safe, safer than Nigeria. I have never experienced this in Nigeria before. Getting my phone snatched out of my hand. What? Anyway, that aside, when I was able to like access the internet, she was one of the people I contacted to let them know what had happened to me. Because obviously she was going to be playing a vital role in my move to Accra, Ghana. Now, I felt it was time for us to start house hunting. So I didn't have a SIM card. I was using my friend's SIM card to communicate with everybody that I needed to communicate with. Since this YouTuber lady, or this my subscriber, had promised to get me a SIM card, I told her, okay, let's meet tomorrow. So she suggested if Accra Mall was okay. I'm like, yeah, cool. Accra Mall is okay because that's like the only place that I know. So we got there. She had gone to buy me SIM card, right? So in Ghana, you cannot just have access to SIM card because okay, the SIM card that I bought from the border, it got snatched with my Nigerian SIM card as well. They were all in my phone when they took my phone, so I didn't have anything to connect with. To get a SIM card, you need to like have the Ghana card, which we're going to like switch ownership by the time I get my own Ghana card. So she asked if I wanted like two SIM cards. There's a reason why I'm giving all these details. Two SIM cards. And I said, okay, yeah, sure. And then I asked her, how much do they cost so that I could pay her? I could pay her. She told me not to worry about it, that it was on her. Listen, oh, don't forget this part. She said it was on her and I did not need to pay her. And I'm like, oh, this is so thoughtful. She's so kind and helpful. And I felt blessed at that point. Who would think that she would have like an ulterior motive towards me? I don't think anybody would be thinking in that direction at that point, knowing that this person is trying to help you and all that. Before then, I asked her if she had like an exchange person that I could send Naira to and he would give me CDs. And she said, yeah. So she contacted her friend. She already did even before I came to Ghana. We already did that whole thing. Like he was just waiting for me to come. So and then we can do any transaction that I wanted to do. So I sent him some Naira since he's a Nigerian. So good for me, easier for me. So he's a Nigerian. So I sent him some naira worth 50K, 50,000 naira, and for him to give her 500 CDs. So she brought that to me alongside the SIM card, and then we went house hunting. I was so grateful. I was really, really, really grateful, honestly, like, because that meant a lot to me. That meant a lot to me. So for those who watched my house hunting vlog, the first two houses that we went to check was after I had collected the SIM card from her, and I found the agent on TikTok. So I didn't know where those areas were, Abokobi, Boy Hills. So the reason for her coming with me was to like identify dangerous areas, or like before we even go and start wasting money, she would help me to identify areas that won't be nice for me. Okay. But apparently she didn't really like have an idea of what where Abokobi Boy Hills was, but she knew Abokobi. Yeah, but not Abokobi Boy Hills. So for that, she didn't take me to those bad houses. The agents did. So we saw those houses, and then we parted ways. We ate and we parted ways. Throughout this whole house hunting, I was spending so much, knowing that I am new in the country. I don't know my way around. I was taking cabs all through, no public transport, apart from the last day that I did house hunting, because I was already like, my money was already finishing. Like, I'm seeing my money was going like this. Anyway, before I digress, let me just continue. So the next day, I didn't go anywhere. I was already feeling frustrated. It's okay, since I already have access to my account, I just wanted to transfer all the naira I had to her friend to give her the CDs in cash, so that at least by the time I pay rent from that money, I would have some money. So I thought I'll have some money to be able to buy simple things like mattress, gas, pots, all those things to start up my life again. And so, my people, when I sent him the money, I sent him 2 million naira, and in CDs it was 19,600 CDs. I told him, please send her 600 CDs, which he mistakenly sent to me. When he sent it to me, I had to send it back to him to send to the girl. So obviously that like became like 500 and something CDs, right? Because she was going to check out some houses with someone she said is an agent around her place. I believed her, honestly, and I know that that man is an agent. So I told her from that money, pay the agent his 100 CDs. Now, when you go for viewing, you pay the agent 100 CDs. 100 CDs, which is equivalent to 10,000 naira. In Nigeria, agents take 5K and want to chop off their necks. Okay, I told her pay the agent from it, and also for you people's transportation. There was Momo for me in my own SIM that she gave me, right? But the Momo had a limit of 10,000 monthly and 3,000 daily, meaning even 10,000 could not come into my account at once. That was why I told him send it to her. He was going to send everything to me initially. If you watched my vlogs, you already saw she checked out some houses for me, which I added in my vlog, because I'm like, if I'm spending so much money, at least I need to at least make some money out of the out of, like, I need to create content so I can at least make some money to cover up for the losses. So that was why she made those videos. When we saw the next day, she sent them to me. Now I didn't like any of those houses. And then later in the night, I asked her like how much was left, because see, I was on a budget and I needed all the cash that I needed all the cash I could lay my hands on, that were mine, obviously. So I asked her how much was left. She said 440. I'm like, okay, no problem. Now, this guy was still with my 19,000 Ghana cedis, while she was still in my 440 Ghana cedis. Let's even leave the 40 that is on top that 400. So the next day, my source for the ID card and all those documents, he gave me his agent's contact. So he sent me a house that I felt like, okay, I could just, up my budget for the house and pay for the house and just, start my life. I didn't mind. Like, I would now be cash strapped. I said I was going to just start my life like that. Like, it cannot be easy in the beginning. I knew it, that it can't be that easy in the beginning. So I was willing to even start sleeping on a duvet or something till I'm able to afford a mattress. Yes, I was willing to go that extent because I'm already in Accra. It will not make sense that I'm leaving because of rent. Like, I can just, since I have the money, I can just pay for it and then start buying things little by little. With time, I'll be able to like furnish my house. That morning, she was supposed to come with the cash, 19,000. She was supposed to come with the cash. But when I left my house, she was supposed to leave when I leave, so that I would meet somewhere where would meet with the agent, because obviously I still need someone to come with me to let me know if the environment is safe or not. So that morning, the guy could not get the whole cash. He was supposed to even give her the cash the previous day, but he couldn't. So that morning, he had to get 10,000. He gave her 10,000 CDs, and I told him to send the remaining 9,000 to her own mobile money. They call it Momo. So the money was sent to her, and the 10,000 was given to her as cash. When I got to the agent, she was nowhere close. So I told her, okay, let me just go. I'll check the house, and by the time I see it, you'll almost be close by. So when you come, we can pay for the house. What I told her was the 9K in your account, you would help me to do the transfer and transfer it to the landlord. Then we can balance up the remaining with cash, right? I can just hold small remaining CDs in my hand. It was supposed to be left with 400. I was banking on the remaining 400 CDs that she was owing me, which is going to be like 800 CDs, which is going to amount to like 80,000 naira. You get? So I'm like, I will just manage that one. Bad as it bad, at least I have something. She didn't show up. And God's so kind, as if God just wanted it to play that way. When I got to the house, I was going to compromise and spend so much money on that house. And I was now told that I have to pay 1 month security deposit, which in Nigeria we call caution fee, which is going to be refunded to you when you're leaving the house if you've not destroyed anything in that house. The moment I heard that, I just removed my mind. I erased my mind from that house. Like, see house that I want to manage. You're not telling me I have to pay another money. Like, I have already like I'm up to here, like I don't have anything else, so I decided not to take it. We settled the agent we had gone to meet. There were two agents. My personal agent, he linked up with another agent, so we settled him. And I was like, let's just go back to La Paz, where she's coming to meet us. So she will meet us there rather. There's one restaurant there. I can't remember the name, but it's La Paz. It's like a big plaza, but it's a restaurant. So if you know La Paz properly, you would know the exact place that I'm talking about. And she was coming from Nungwa. 1 hour had gone by. It took us like 1 hour to get to the house, come back, and all. And we were still waiting for her. Over another hour. Her excuse that there was traffic. I called her, like I would call her now. She would say, oh, I'm very close. She kept on giving me different excuses. I'm very close. I'm very close. At a point, I started panicking to the point where the agent was now asking me, where did you even know her from? I'm like, it's YouTube, it's social media. He was like, Anyway, we called and called and called. She would not take us. Later, she'll be like, oh, they dropped her somewhere else, that she is trekking. The whole thing was just so weird to me, honestly. She finally arrived, but she seemed odd. She seemed very odd. So weird. It was like the opposite of the person I had seen the first day. I am a very sensitive person, and once your mood changes, I know. I sensed it. Her mood was off, and she was like, "There was traffic, oh," and they now dropped her somewhere that she had to trek. You guys will not believe what she was doing those times. It's going to get even crazier. She had my 440, right? So I already gave agent 100. He was collecting 150 CDs. So I'm an accountant too. So when it comes to money, I can calculate very well. So I gave the agent, he was supposed to collect 150, so he would sort out that agent we had gone to meet. So my own personal agent, when I gave him 100, he gave that other 150, meaning I had to balance him another 50 CDs, which I didn't have enough cash because she needed to come with cash for me. Yes, I was that stuck. I was that dependent on her for sustenance, for cash meeting me. Like she had my whole my whole money in her hand, everything in her hand, 9,000 in her account, 10,000 cash at hand, including my 440. So I had 30 CDs and I asked her to help me with 20 CDs. Now, that is still from my money. Oh. I paid the guy the remaining 50 CDs and he left immediately because before she came, I was already contacting the lady I stay with, Aisha. I was speaking to Aisha and she spoke to her agent to, if he had a place. So when my subscriber came, I booked a ride immediately for us to go because it was like someone is going to take the house. So when we got there, on our way there safe, right? She was so weird. She was so like off. Like the energy was so low. I knew something was wrong. I kept on asking her, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? But she kept on saying, that she's okay. Later on, when we finally alighted, me, I'm very playful. I'm very playful. So at a point I was like, is it like, now, like monthly stuff. She didn't say anything. She was just like she was okay. I'm like, okay. So when we alighted, we're waiting for my agent. I was calling him Initially, he wasn't even picking the call. It was even going to rain. Like the sky was dark. So she was still very moody. At some points, she would look like she's far gone, like she's lost in thoughts. And I'll be like, who broke your heart? She'll be like, nothing, that is menstrual cramps. So I just like, yeah, sorry. At a point, she even said that her stomach was paining her, that she needed to use the toilet. When we're waiting for the agent, she told me she wanted to do a Momo transaction, right? It was around 3:56 p.m. Yes, 3:56. No, it was around 3:50 something p.m. That Momo transaction, See, this girl can lie, but statement of account cannot lie. You see that Momo transaction that she did it around 3:55 p.m. I made a video when she was coming at 3:56 p.m. I hope I'm not wrong, but I will attach the time stamp of the video I made of the sky and I brought it down. And I will also attach her statement of account. Like, for that her friend that is there defending her, shame will catch you today. You are going to even regret coming out to defend her, because whatever she told you, she did not go as detailed as I am going right now. Did she show you her statement of account? And did she tell you the lies that she lied to me? No, she didn't. Let me not digress too far. She went to carry out that transaction. Note it oh. So the agent finally came. We went to check the house. It wasn't what I thought. It wasn't what I thought it was. I was even going to take it honestly, like, because I was tired. Because I saw a house, I really liked it. I wanted to pay for it. But the agent told me that the landlord did not want, he said he didn't want Nigerians. That thing broke my heart. Like, it broke my heart into pieces. I was so shocked. I'm like, wait, Ghanaians don't like us? Because what's this? Anyway, there's a different story about that, but that's not my call right now. But I was really shocked to hear that they did not want a Nigerian in their house, specifically Nigerian. I'm like, no problem. Anyway, so all of that, I was frustrated. I wanted to settle for the house. She discouraged me from settling for that house. I thought it was because he didn't have a kitchen and she was looking out for me. But obviously, it was because my 9,000 Ghana cedis was nowhere in her account. It was not in her Momo. It was not. How did I know that the money was not in her account? We will get there very soon. We're done. And I was just like, I'm so tired, like I'm frustrated right now. So I asked her for my money. That was like after an hour plus of us being together. She did not even try to give me my money at any point. Maybe she thought I was going to forget it so that she can now tell me that on her way home, she got robbed. What will I now do? After all, me too have been robbed, Abby. That means I will believe her. What can I do? I'll go home. But that plan did not work. I remembered and I asked her for the money. When she was giving me the money, she made a statement. She said, I don't want to give you this money because I don't want you to spend it. And in my mind, I'm like, between the two of us, who is more financially prudent? Like, it's my money. I worked for this money. So how can you now tell me that you don't want me to spend my money? Am I stupid to come to a country and then I'll now spend money that is meant for house rent? I'll spend it for what? Anyway, I collected it. I assumed it was 10,000. When I got home, the money wasn't complete. It was short of 200 notes. They were all 200 notes. That money was short of 200 notes, which I sent her a WhatsApp message. I asked her, babe, this money is short of 200. Like, did you, as in, maybe that 200 that you are taking out of your bag to pay the agent initially, before he said he did not have change and I had to take 20 from her. I said, do you think maybe that's the money you had, taken? She was like, no, that's not the money. But anyway,
This is what the lady had to say. But we don't know Ghanaians to be like this. If you are talking about scamming and all manners of crimes, we already know which country are very good at. So, after watching the video, what I have to say about this video is that we are humans and born to make mistakes. This lady came with facts, like everything is just plain. There's nobody that watched this video and not agree to what the lady is saying, because she came out with her facts. You see screenshots of everything that happened, and you and I know that when something is being, like, money is being transferred to an account, there's no way the money will disappear, right? So what are we going to call this? Scam? Or It is really sad that Ghanaians are beginning to soak themselves by doing these kind of things. You know, I know a lot of you will come here and be like, Nigerians are the one polluting them. I will not object the fact that yes, we are the ones polluting them. I am saying we because I'm a Nigerian. I know I don't do such an act, but because they said Nigerians are doing it, I will not deny my country. I'm a Nigerian and I'm a proud one. No matter what is happening there, I will not renounce or say I'm not from Nigeria. I am from Nigeria. God knows the reason why I came from Nigeria. So why should I deny the fact that I am? But what I will advise my Ghanaians brothers and sisters is that please do not learn the negative part of Nigerians. Instead, learn the hustling part. You and I know that Nigerians are hustlers. So please learn that part and not the negative part, okay? Because there's no way this lady, I mean the Ghanaian lady, would deny the fact that transactions wasn't done because the lady came with facts. Proofs were there. Look at the screenshot of everything. Well, it's really shocking though, it's really shocking, but we are humans. Anything can happen. So guys, I think the video is too long. Let me just end it here. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Do want to like, subscribe to this channel, share this video to as many eyes out there. I believe they'll watch and also learn one or two things on this clip. I love you guys always. Bye.